One of the really interesting things that I think we've learned when building and growing Lexicata is that law firms just don't really look at themselves as salespeople, right? They look at themselves as lawyers and retention specialists. But really what we're doing at the end of the day is we're selling our legal services. Every single other industry in the world uses some sort of CRM or tool to track their sales.
The main reason we started Lexicata was that we just saw a big need in the marketplace for a product that would solve a lot of problems during the client intake process. And those problems were both on the law firm side and the client side. On the law firm side, they were doing a poor job of tracking their potential clients, following up, and converting them into paying clients. And on the client side, they were dealing with a poor experience from a customer standpoint. Things are changing now in the market a lot, and the need for technology now is stronger than ever.
So really what makes Lexicata the number one in our space is going to be obviously the customization, allowing you to really cater your process to how you want to do things and not falling victim to how we say as a software you should do it. A couple features that tend to be the most popular features. Online intake forms is obviously huge, rather than using PDFs or Word documents or pieces of paper, allowing those to be built online and really make that process seamless and easy to gather information. The email automation feature is really big, the ability to schedule some automated emails in advance to keep the relationship fresh or keep the client on the right track. We have some consultation scheduling feature in Lexicata to help remind them that their appointment's coming up. And we also have document automation and e-signature.
A lot of other case management softwares or other software that law firms use tend to be sort of just kind of a database. It's a place to kind of upload information, store documents, put in details, put in contact information, which is great. It helps keep you organized and everything, but they don't really do a whole lot of work for you. Whereas with Lexicata, you've got all kinds of automation and things happening behind the scenes. You've got automated emails going out. You've got intake forms that when they get submitted, it updates all the contact information and the data in the system for you.
It's really awesome to sit down with our clients and say, when I started my firm 2 years ago, we were doing $100,000 in revenue, and now we're doing $800,000 in revenue 2 years later. And obviously, we're not going to take credit for that entire thing. You're going to build your business with or without us. But with us as your backbone, as your sales and intake tool, we're going to not only enable you to close more deals, but we're going to enable you to scale your firm as you grow the number of clients and number of employees that you have.
Since 2015, when I started using Lexicata, my revenues have grown by about 600% over the last 2.5 years. So I think for any law firm, the lifeblood of your firm is your potential clients and converting them. And so if you don't have a way to make it easy for the clients to sign up, and you don't have a way to track the clients that are coming into your firm, you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
I was about a $350,000 law firm. Right now my run rate is about $750,000, and then my goal, which I'm almost certain I'm going to reach by this year, is $1.4 million.
If you want to continue to grow the firm, grow the practice, and effectively assist individuals that you're marketing to, then you're best served being able to do that in a way that's efficient. And there's no way you can do that using Post-it notes, file cabinets with papers falling all out of them. And for me, Lexicata was that digital filing cabinet solution that helped me make things nice, neat, and clean.
Account managers are, for one, they're experts on the software itself. So they really have an in-depth understanding of how everything works, every little nook and cranny of it. But more than that, they are also trained in a lot of different areas of law, and they understand how law firms work and how law firms are different from other types of businesses.
I thought the training was really great and the support. Obviously my admin team was dealing with more of the setup, but I still had to be actively involved and engaged with it. And we've just been really pleased with the level of service.
One of the stories I like to tell, which really illustrates the importance of Lexicata and not delaying making the decision, is I was talking to a personal injury lawyer in New Jersey. And he basically came to me and said, hey, show me the product. I showed him the product. He's like, this is really cool, but honestly, this is a luxury. This is a necessity. I don't need this. And I said, okay, fine. Come back when you change your mind. Literally 12 hours later, the very next morning, he calls me and says, hey, Michael, I want to sign up. And I say, why, like what possibly changed the last 12 hours that you're willing to make this decision? He said, well, I was working with a client who was potentially worth $3 million to my firm, or, you know, a huge personal injury case. And I asked him when he was sending my, you know, when he was ready to sign up. And he said, oh, I already signed with another firm last night. They sent me an e-signature and I did it overnight, and you hadn't sent me your fee agreement, so I decided to go with them. And he said, that was the dumbest mistake I ever made, and I'll always regret that.
It really wasn't a huge financial investment, and time-wise, at the outset, there was a time investment. But again, a couple hours worth of time really to get it functioning the way we want. We're always making changes and trying to add on, so periodically you're spending some additional time. But from an investment standpoint, it has a great return. I'll put, you know, considering what we put into it both financially and time-wise, it has made things so much easier. We save a lot of time.
And so with Lexicata, we use the leading, you know, cloud storage provider companies in the world, most notably Amazon Web Services, and they take every security precaution imaginable to make sure that data is protected and that nothing's going to get hacked, nothing's going to get lost, nothing's going to get destroyed somehow. Everything's backed up and secured.
One of the aspects of our practice that's really unique is it's high volume practice. So we get leads coming in from 3 different websites through the contact us pages. I love how Lexicata has really created relationships so that we can move our MailChimp stuff, we can move our stuff from our website, from WordPress, and it all gets put into Lexicata. And then it allows us to mine every single lead. So we get leads, if you're an immigration lawyer, from all over the world. So it's a high volume, low cost, I would say, practice area. And if you want to be successful, you have to capture every single one of them, or as much as possible. So there's nothing scary about it. There's only an upside as far as I'm concerned. It's very affordable. It's very reasonable. The service is excellent. And I like that there's this constant focus on improvement, just like how I practice. We always want to do better. We always want to learn something new and bring more to our clients. And I think Lexicata is just the same. They practice like we do.